Testing, testing. Alright, so yeah, I don't exactly know how to start this, so I'm just going to start it. First off, I'm going to change my flag to the thing that I created for this. If it's here, there it is. Awesome. So this is a mod called Before Kerbin, and it's just, I mean, it's not the only mod, but it basically rebuilds the entire Kerbin system to make it fun. And the hint is kind of in the name, Before Kerbin. But I won't spoil that if you don't know what it is. So this is I'm just going to do a career mode. This is where we start. So let's just accept our... Sure, we can gather scientific data from Eden and escape the atmosphere. So this is the planet we're on. It's called Eden. It is the second planet from the sun. But I'm not going to go into that just yet. Go into the thingamajigger. So let's just build ourselves a simple first ship. That is always the first ship of every ship. So throw on, let's see, let's do 4 just in case. And we have nothing else. We have fins, but I don't think those are gonna... Nah, I may as well throw fins on there. Nah, it's gonna be fine. Alright, so this is gonna be the K1. And make sure the staging is right. And Jeb can be our pilot, sure. Alright, I can't EVA because I'm on the ground. So let's EVA report, get some science. From that, we can crew report from here, take the data, get back in so we can reset the crew report. Let's observe the mystery goo while we're here. Even more science. Alright. And I want to go out over the water so I can get some more biomes. And this is the first campaign I've done with this mod pack, so I will probably make some mistakes and overbuild all of the everything. So flying at Eden, we've got that. We've got some nice aurora on the planet here. And we're falling back down. So let's pop the parachute. There we go. Just flip this around so we don't... Nope, it wants to be face down. Okay, that's fine. Jeb's just going to be super uncomfortable for this flight. That's okay. Until the parachute opens. And now we can dangle. And land peacefully in these oceans. I wonder if I can get any more data out of this. Nope, just flying at Eden. I can't EVA while in the air yet. Probably not even a smart thing to do. Observe mystery goo. Yay, more science. EVA. Take all that data. Take a EVA report. The cool seas of an Eden. And do another crew report. And recover vessel. $43 science and some funds that we got, and we did a lot of both of our missions. So just the basic stuff: rocketry, engineering, Survivability's good. Have a lot of life support stuff. And heat shields. Or I could do rockets. Did this come with any good rockets? It came with the swivel. So that's a decent rocket. These have actual rockets. But I like the barometer, because that means more science faster. Could I have gotten this? I can get this. And that radial decoupler might come in handy. Alright, let's see what's on the docket. Can I upgrade this? I can for a lot of money. Let's see what I can do without it. Focus study, focused observational. I don't like those. Escape the atmosphere. And orbit. Escape the atmospheres might be easy. So let's get that. This has... Oh. That actually might not be too hard to do. Pittance on money, though. Alright. We will... I may as well test that out. Free money, after all. I guess I could go here to check out where those... got it. Okay, I get it. So this must be where we are, on the sunrise side of Eden. So those things wouldn't be that too hard to actually get if we got a plane and flew to them. Which makes me wonder what type of plane equipment we have, and I doubt it's very much. Yeah, we have 0 plane equipment. Good. I made the right choice. So let's go back to the vehicle assembly building and build ourselves the K2. So we're going to want that, and we have decouplers. Alright. These are probably more expensive. These are very expensive. So... I'll just plop that on there. Because we know this can survive down into the water with a single parachute. Although we do have more parachutes now. Okay. Yeah, I'll just do this then. Nope. Copy it. There we go. How much is that? 2.82. I mean, ideally, I'd be able to salvage this entire rocket. But that's probably not going to happen. I have the pressure mat now. So I'll slap 2 of these on there. I have a barometer and a thermometer. I could probably get another one of these. Oh, the atmospheric. Yeah, that's too much. 108 thrust ratio. Awesome. This is a big rocket. That's fine. No coupling. Let's see how this goes. Because our only goal is to just get out of the atmosphere, which I think we can do with 4,000 meters per second. So let's throw on 4 parachutes and 2 drogues. I don't actually know how many parachutes this thing needs. I'm going to increase this to 6. Awesome. There we go. We don't have any of these. Wasn't I supposed to test a decoupler? Test the TR-18A, starting at 12,000 meters. So that's not happening this mission, just because I want to see if I can salvage an entire rocket, which would be very handy. So I will call this the K2, because the second rocket. Alright. So here we are. It's not a very strong takeoff. This is the swivel, right? Yes, good. So we do have vectoring on this. Damn it. Revert to launch. I want all of the data on this, actually, not just... I'm always impatient on this. Okay. So before we launch, let's pin that. Pin that. Let's log both of these. Now we can launch. I just noticed the runway sticks off the end of the mountain there. And there is a floating something over there. That might be the monolith. Oh, I can not be a derp face is what I can be. Revert to launch again. Like the Doomcough I am. Alright. Third time's the charm. Pin that. Pin that. Log. Log. Go outside. Don't let go. Take both of those data. Get back inside. Now we can go. Now we can log flying over KSP Island of Eden. Okay. So pressure mat is just atmosphere related. Thermometer is barometer or biome related. It's good to know. And I already did mystery goo observations while flying. So hopefully I can get high altitude and in space for that. I should have put more thermometers on there and barometers because I won't be able to actually... In fact, I'm going to do that. Revert to vehicle assembly. Fourth time's the charm. Because I can't EVA to collect it. Alright. So we have on the surface, while flying, high altitude, and space. And for you, you have on the surface, while flying, high altitude, in space, and maybe 2 more for extra biomes that we don't have yet. Yes. Good. Too many parts! No! Fine. I will cut down on the thermometers. Actually, I should cut down on the barometers, because barometers are easy to get. But the thermometers, we don't know whether we're going to get all of them. There we go. Oh, I almost did it. Okay, let's log temperature. Let's log pressure. Let's pin you to. Just so when I do EVA, I don't have to find you. Take. Let's get rid of you. Actually, let's pin you again. Alright. So, while we are sitting here and not currently actively falling over, let's just get all of these ready. Now let's do this thing. Okay, lock pressure while flying. You guys over here to the left. Lock temperature while flying. You know, I might be able to get into orbit with this thing. That would be special. But I won't, because I didn't take that mission. I don't have Apps information. Should have put a Kerbal engineer system on this. That's fine. Just go outside here. By the way, this is what the planet looks like. It's just very, very green and pleasant. These are all auroras, which might indicate this planet doesn't have a very big, very good magnetic field. Which is interesting. Alright, let's pitch over just a little bit. Over KSP Island. Pressure while flying in. Okay, I believe 30 is the cutoff, or 32-ish. It's a cutoff for high altitude. And around 70, I think it's still 70. Just in case, I'm going to go up to like 85, just to be extra sure that we're actually going to reach space. There we go. I still have some extra fuel just in case I need it for landing. That's good. That's a lot of extra fuel too. Alright, log temperature, upper atmosphere, log pressure, upper atmosphere. Which means I do not have pressure data from space. That's fine. We don't need pressure data from space. We do need mystery goo from the upper atmosphere and crew report from the upper atmosphere. Brilliant. So we have flying, upper atmosphere, flying, upper atmosphere. Good. So 70 does appear to be the same, or the cutoff for space as usual. In space near Eden. I can't EVA because I don't have the astronaut complex upgraded. And we're falling not so gracefully back down. Okay, before we actually reach the ground, I want to make sure that I'm not running out of electric charge, first off. Second of all, put myself tail first. I don't know if this is even going to be stable tail first. I bet you it's not. But I bet you if I transferred all of the fuel to the back, which I can't do for some reason. Nope. Alt was the right button to push. Oh well. I do not understand. Maybe I don't have the tech for fuel pumping yet. Alright, I don't have a delta V indicator either. I probably have a fair amount of delta V left. I just don't know whether it's enough that I could afford burning right here to try to slow myself down. We're still speeding up. There we go. We're finally slowing down. And we're actually aerodynamically stable. I am surprised. Alright, but we are also still falling very quickly. And I want to be able to trigger my parachutes. There we go. Alright, it's log temperature while flying over the seas. Alright, so our drogue parachutes are deployed. That's good. Everything's and 5 meters per second. That was enough parachutes. Yay! I'll be able to recover this entire spacecraft, which is cheaper than not doing so. But and a nice splashdown. Wow, that's a very gentle splashdown. Oh, oh, oh. No, that's not ideal. All the parachutes are gone. Oh well. Those are fairly cheap, I think. What I can do is log temperature from here. EVA. We need to take one of these, and I think we've already done a Whoa. I think that was the parachutes exploding. Alright, we can recover this vessel now and get a lot of science. $81 science to be precise, and recover a lot of funds. And we can't quite see it from here, so I'll just go in here to recover. Nope. That's not the right button, but that's fine. Let's recover all this splash debris. Because we get a little bit of money from it. Alright, we do have a lot of money now, so I will upgrade mission control. Just so we can have more than 2. Orbit Eden. Actually, before I do that, I want to get general rocketry, because that's going to be handy. This is going to be very handy as well. I do like that. So before I get planes, because this will help me get orbital stuff. So I don't necessarily need any of that. This would be nice for planes. This would be nice. Well, probes aren't really useful until we get down to here to get some PV panels. Because otherwise they just run out of battery very quickly. So I can orbit Eden now, so that's good. Failure 4 tourists test haul a parachute into flight above Eden. So let's just have the parachute. You don't have to activate the parachute. I feel like that's decently easy. Yeah. I'll do that. I don't want to haul a solid rocket booster, and I don't want to ferry tourists just yet. Those observational studies can come in handy when you need money and can build planes, but it requires money and planes, or it requires planes, the ability to build planes. Yeah, that's going to leave me with $2,000, so no, that's not happening. Alright. So now I just need to orbit Kerbin, which is easy. Easy peasy breezy. So we start with that. We still just have the junk science. So we'll slap 2 of those on there. Just the 1 parachute. Because we're going to make use of decouplers. Oh. I like the KW rocketry decouplers are in structural, and the stock are in this. In fact, since it's just haul a thing into orbit. No, test in flight. Okay. So I don't really care. I mean, they're both 250. Clicked out of the game. No. This one's far cheaper. Well, let's go with this one then. Alright. I do want something like that, probably. And then that. That's a lot of Delta V. Sure. Let's just leave it. Then we may as well go for the big one. And throw in some more fuel tanks, followed by a this. I don't think we need to go that high. Can we do this on a swivel? No. We could if we had some boosters. I do have some solid rocket boosters I could use. Do I want to already start branching out into boosters? I think 5,000 is enough to get into orbit. Huh. This is going to be tricky. I still have no power or anything. Alright, so I do need... Actually, I'll just do that. Because I do need 2 of them for upper... No, I just need the 1 of them for upper atmosphere. Wait, no. I need 1 of them for... I'll just leave 2. 2 is fine. 2 is great. Perfect. Oh. Except that's 4. Because I'm a derp. Hello, Detective Duck. How are you doing today? Let's bring 2 of these as well then. And this time let's bring this, just so we have that information. I do have heat shields, but I don't think I'm going to need a heat shield for this mission. Even if I do get into orbit, I might not get into high orbit, so it doesn't really matter. I don't need any extra life support for this. It's just going to be a regular old mission. I don't have anything fancy, so this will be our K3, not K34. And hopefully we can do more with this. I wonder, so this is 5281. If I replace you with a half tank, and then put another half tank here, it's going to be the same weight, but it's less Delta V. That is good to know. Damn it, I just threw my engine away. Alright. So I think that's everything. This is the best ISP, right? Go away. 335, 345, 320, 300, 310, 320. Good. Alright. I want to say that's everything, but I feel like I'm forgetting something. And it's not science. May as well throw one of these on there just for giggles. Even though this does not have very much power, electric charge. I am not going to throw one of those on there. Alright. No, not K34, just K3. I probably have a craft called the K34 now. Okay, so let's see how well we can get this thing into orbit. So we've already done all of the things at this altitude. I'm still going to pin these so I can access them quickly, if need be. The question is where to start the gravity turn. I feel like this is still too early. I also feel like this rocket isn't very powerful. That may be 5,000 meters per second is not enough delta V. I like how my total delta V is rising because this engine is getting more and more efficient as we go up. Alright. That's probably enough. Let's start taking over. I have a... Okay, so I've hauled that. I need to test for 419 kilometers. That's going to be interesting. I'm not going to actually reach that. So I'm going to pass 19 before this stage burns out. Darn. Yep. Okay. Should have done is stuck a solid rocket booster beneath this. Use that to just push me up. Because the floor of that's only 1,000. Oh, 1,200. Okay. So that's a pretty decent floor. Never mind. And burnout. And we do have plenty of delta V in this little upper stage, which is good. You're going to use quite a lot of it to get into orbit too. You're going to have a fair amount left over. Alright, I'll stop at 75. That's plenty. So just to make sure, yeah, we do have atmospheric pressure scan from high altitude. So we just need it from space now. There we go. Pressure data from space. I already have temperature readings from space, but we don't have crew report from space. And we can't go EVA. That crew report is... oh, it doesn't matter because I can't go EVA. Never mind. Alright. So now we can just do the final burn into orbit. Hey, there's the moon. It's called Serpent, I believe. Yes, Serpent. It has got purple stuff on it. Almost there. And we're in orbit. World's first. We have achieved orbit. Huzzah! Alright, we have a lot of delta V left. We have enough to get into high orbit as well. So let's just do that. I don't actually know where high orbit is. But since we could get all the way out to Serpent. Ooh. I could have done a Serpent flyby, but I don't have the scientific instruments to even make that worthwhile. Or the life support, probably, now that I think about it. Speaking of which, crew... Do I not have... Okay, fine. Speed record, huzzah. That's probably more than enough. Now that I'm talking about life support. Yeah, that's way more than enough. High over Eden. High over Eden. I need to, like... I need to just burn this way. And not use most of my fuel. Alright. Because we're going to run out of electric charge. And I don't know how well my ship can fly without electricity. Alright. Let's drop this down to a reasonable number. Like 34. 34 is a good number. Yeah, electricity's running out, and then it says electricity depleted. Hopefully he can survive a few hours in space without electricity. If not, I'm royally boned. It's mostly, hopefully, that I can still stage and stuff without power. Which appears to be true. Now I'm going to rely on aerodynamics to make this thing not die in the atmosphere. So hopefully that'll happen on its own. Instead of doing what it's doing. Right, we're to launch. Yep, that was a disaster. Note to self, don't go that high, maybe. Alright. We can do this. There's what I was looking for. Electricity remaining, 2 hours, 21 minutes. That's the number I want to look for when I'm doing that orbit thing. I started that gravity turn too early. Drat. I'm wasting fuel by not thrusting directly forward on the vector. gotten one from high altitude? Yes. I haven't gotten them from space. I don't think. Even if I haven't gotten them from high orbit. Okay. Let's wait. I like how there are craters under the ocean. I wonder if that's intentional. Alright, have I gotten mystery goo from space? I have not. That is good to know. Haven't gotten a crew report from space and Kerbin either. Let's review that report. Space, good. Alright. And let's finish this burn into and above orbit. So this bottom number, the time to periapse, is what I'm going to be looking for here. So I want to make it 90 minutes at the outside. Because orienting the spacecraft uses electric charge. And this engine does not have a alternator, so it does not produce electric charge. See, my time to periapse is increasing. I don't think I need to go up that high to reach outer space. I think even 1,000 kilometers is enough. And if not, it's no biggie. We can always do this later. Again, it's not going to be enough, in fact. So let's just go up to 90 minutes, because that's what I said earlier. There we go. 90 minutes, and we have... so that gives us a 30-minute buffer of electricity. Alright, so we've gotten the crew report, we've gotten temperature, and we've gotten pressure from... We haven't gotten pressure from this altitude. I want to review the data. Yes, that's what I want. Good. So we can go up to apoapse. Let's see if that's enough. Log pressure. High over Kerbin. Yay. Log pressure. Awesome. Now that we're up here, we can slow ourselves down. Down to 34-ish. That should be enough. Alright. So we do have electricity left, which is good. We just need to orient ourselves backwards. Okay. So those are all good. We don't need those anymore. So let's... Now we just have the capsule, which should be in proper orientation for re-entry. And of course we're going to lose data from this. Okay. Don't explode. Please don't explode. No! My thermometers. All that glorious data. I can't transfer data. Nope. Nope. Not happening. All the data's gone. I thought these things came with heat shields. Apparently not. I might have been stupid. All that data. It's just vanished. Why's my brakes on? That doesn't even make sense. We are suborbital though, so we are gonna reach the water. As long as the capsule does explode. We'll have gotten science from just returning a craft that orbited Eden. But it won't be as much as I would have wanted. It's fine. We can do another science mission. A better one. By the way, that's my flag. Guild of Writers pen nib. And Jebediah is safe. That's good. Just out in the middle of nowhere. Don't know if any of this information... Okay, we've already done it. Have we done a crew report from the water? Yes, okay. Well, at least I got the thingamajig, the crew report from space. What I need to do is be able to EVA. That will help tremendously. So I have 66 science, that's good. So I want to upgrade you. What's the next one? None. So this must be can take surface samples. That's right. Okay. So I've orbited. Explore Eden. We need to perform a spacewalk in orbit of Eden. I can do that. Haul. I don't want to haul. I don't want to conduct focused surveys yet either until I get general aviation. But I also want to be able to get to electronics pretty quickly. So I can start launching probes. Basic science wouldn't hurt because it gives me more science. And an experiment storage unit, which would be helpful. And radar altimetry. Interesting. It's not quite a ScanSat. Where's the ScanSat? ScanSat is not there? Advanced exploration? Advanced electrics? High powered? Am I just missing it? Okay, it's not there. Huh. And I'm sure I'll get it eventually. It's just kind of strange. Wow, that's late game. I feel like it should be right after, like somewhere in here. Capsules. No. 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 Wouldn't be up here in planes. Field science? It'd have to be before been there, done that. Huh. Ah, well, we'll find it. Yeah, this would help getting batteries and probes and stuff. But I think planes, because then I could do boring stuff and pick up some extra money. Alright, but since I can do EVAs, I'm going to do another boring thing. You do have plenty of delta V, but what I do want to add, which will decrease your delta V significantly, is one of these. Actually, I want to try just adding a heat shield onto the bottom. Something tells me that that is why this exploded. Because I've done stuff like this before, having science on the sides, and they haven't exploded, but I've never done a reentry without a heat shield, so that is what I think was causing it. I do not have any extra science, unfortunately. So it looks like, yeah, this is just going to be the same thing, K3. But since Jebediah's already gone up, let's put Valentine in the pilot seat. She will be my eyes. I don't know how long a Kerbin day is, now that I think about it. Or not Kerbin, Eden. Alright. So here we are, just on the pad. Let's get these out. I should just get that mod that's like alerts you when you can, there's new science that you haven't done that you need to do. Alright. So where she is going to go, she is not going to enter into a simple equatorial orbit, because that's boring and won't give us all the science that we want to get. She's going to go polar, cover as many biomes from low orbit as she can. Is there wind or something? I'm getting blown off course. And this rocket has plenty of delta V to get into a polar orbit. The question is, do I go south or north? The answer is, wow, that debris is out there. The answer is, looks like there's land masses both to the south and the north. So I'm just going to crush someone's house, I guess. That's fine. Can I get orbital data on this? I can. I want inclination. I may as well go north. North is a good direction. My inclination should be rising now. That's good. This was a steep ascent. Unintentionally so. I was just too busy making sure that my orbit is actually going north. So I want to be as close to 90 degrees as I possibly can. Not that I need to get exactly 90 to be able to hit the poles. But it's the thought that counts. Alright. Still got plenty of delta V though. Which is good. Let's drop this down to 20 degrees. Why is the heat shield there? That's not what I wanted. No. You're the one I want. Because once we get into low Kerbin orbit, or low Eden orbit. Alright, 85 is plenty. These will be based off of biome. Nope, they won't. May as well get that while I'm here. Okay, never mind. Those are worthless then. That's fine. But what I can do is EVA report, because that is based on biome. All right. Now before I forget, let's push ourselves into orbit. I don't like that debris is there. So let's just put it away. There we go. Now I don't have to think about it. We can see some aurora there. That's nice. And plenty of fuel. Awesome. Alright, so now we are in orbit over the cool seas. Do I get that information when I'm outside? No, of course not. But if I let go and switch back, I do get that information. Interesting. And she has 6 hours of everything. So I just need to wait for this to switch over to something that's not cool seas. And I'm actually using electric charge while we're in there. That's nifty. Oh. Momentarily passed over some sunny shores. Polar lowlands. Grassy lowlands. Sure, that works. EVA report. Damn it, that was cool seas again. So now it's going to yell at me that already exists. Alright. You're not on a ladder. I told you to let go of the ladder. Jeez. Okay. There we go. Of course, now I don't know what the polar... There we go. I'll just do that then. Polar regions. Okay, let's let go of the ladder. Switch over. Watch her drift off into space. Nope, we've already done cool seas. Okay. Man, it seemed like there's a lot more land when we were looking at the map. Here's some land coming up. Alright, let's switch over. Pull you up. Cool seas, cool seas. Sandy shores, damn it! Yay! Whoa, too far. Alright. Now we have the grassy uplands. Man, a lot of grassy uplands. Grassy lowlands. We've already got sandy shores. So there's that. Grassy lowlands and uplands. And more shores and lowlands. Looks like there might be some mountains up here? Question mark. Uplands. No. Maybe here though. Nope, just polar regions. Okay. There's rocky highlands. Okay. Means I think the only thing I'm missing are deserts, if there are any on this planet, and mountains, which there definitely are on this planet. So you can see them right there. How much time do I have left? Plenty of time. Alright. See what this gives us. Probably at best, rocky highlands. Yeah. Ooh, are these mountains? I like the craters that you can see. Now we're over the shores now. Okay, fine. Ooh. Are those mountains? Nope. This is when it's good to have a ScanSat already mapped out, but we don't have ScanSat technology yet. Those look like mountains. These very much look like mountains. Again, I don't even know if mountains are a biome that exists. Rocky Highlands certainly are. I think that might be the best I can do. Ah. Rocky Highlands. Alright. I think that's about all I can do. Where's the Space Center? If possible, I'd want to land right next, as close to it as I could. But I'm running low on power. So I'll do one more orbit. We have the time for that. Just so this ocean rotates into beneath me. Alrighty. That's probably about good. Oop. That might have been too good. I want to tip up, but we are very quickly running out of power. So, hopefully, that's enough up tippage. To get me roughly within, how about I turn off torque so I can just use vectoring to put me up like that. Disconnect you. And of course I'm just rotating. So I have to toggle torque just a bit. 'Cause I don't want to waste electric charge. There we go. And I'm not going to land anywhere near water, but that's fine. This thing is light enough that we don't have to worry about it. Can I log temperature? Ah, we've done it before. What about pressure? Done both of those. What about mystery go? I may as well keep one of those. We've done a crew report from the upper atmosphere, right? Yes. Okay. Wow, I might actually land in that water. No, I'm gonna land just shy of it. Sad days. But at least I'm landing in the grassy uplands. That'll give me something, something else to get data from. Electric charge depleted. Sad day. But he has 6 hours in his suit, so that's fine. He has plenty of time. Or she has plenty of time to get out, smell the roses. Let's take pressure data. That's what I want. EVA report. Let's get in. Let's take the temperature. Let's observe the mystery goo. Let's take a crew report. And I wonder if this will work. Yay! while flying. Sweet. Alright. Recover vessel. We have science again. (105) science. So I can get me my electricity, but not quite all the way down to probes. Flight control would be nice for the winglets. I do have tail fins, so that's okay. This doesn't really matter until I get to this area. That's all 90 anyway. So I think I'm just going to hold off on science for now. Science. Data from space around Eden. That's easy. Explore Serpent. That I can do. Potentially. Once I get more science. And speaking of more science... Below. Okay, sector P2WQC. Where's that? Electricity is not overrated. Yeah, I would have to fly all the way around the planet to get to that. That's not ideal. Just for the science. What else can I do? Can I just start declining? Can I? No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want to haul... Actually, hauling a swivel engine wouldn't be that hard. Test a cockpit in flight over Eden. That's easy. I don't want to test a suborbital. Don't want to haul a Rockomax decoupler. Tourists, not terrorists. Test heat shield in flight. Test the Hitchhiker's container at the launch site. I mean, sure, that's $12,000, but no. And at some point I could do this. Fly a plane all the way out there. Alright, let's just test a plane, see how well it flies. By which I mean how well I can fly. Of course, you're just gonna have a small circular intake. Alright. Liquid fuel. Aerodynamics, let's just be so creative and just throw wings on. Now I'll be slightly more creative with my wings. Just by virtue of having wings. I think I want to go this way anyway. There we go. Alright. There we go. It's plenty of wing. You can have a single tail fin. There we go. And probably gonna have to move these forward. And put on elevons. That are... You can be for anything but yaw. Those will be my pitch and roll. Alright, be super creative with the tail. Just plop that on there. And engines are going to be also very creative. Namely, just the two of them. With air intakes in front. And jet engines in back. So classy. I don't know who Bobak is. I'm sorry. Zeratival. I may not be very well versed in Kerbal lore. That is not right. I bet you that's just gonna make me bump my stuff against the back of the plane anyway. Alright, I definitely want to move you down some. Look at that. Let's try that out. Let's call this the Sprite. Ah, I see. I did not know that. I don't like that you're balancing. Unfortunately, I don't think skipping off just to the left is going to be any better of a runway. It's normally what I do when the runway is this bad. Hey, this fly is pretty good. Kind of a clunky flyer. I want you to do nothing except yaw. This doesn't fly half bad. Not very fast. Definitely don't want to fly all the way over here with it. And stall recovery is good. Alright, let's see how well I can land it. That's the key. Let's circle back around. Enter a right base. Oh, I have to click that little game. Oh, and 90-degree turn for the final. Good news is, if I need to bleed off speed, I can just do that. Oh. Well, I'm safe on the ground. With most of a plane left. Awesome. That's what I get for not having a stall alarm. Alright, we can recover. So that's a decent plane. That's all I really wanted to know. Did not get any science for that. That's fine. Alright, we can... Does this have more science? Which one of these has more science? None of these. Oh, but I do have the Science Junior. And an altimeter. Nice. Okay. So let's modify our K3 just a bit. Actually, I'll load up the autosaved version. I'm not sure if it's any different. We want to add a Science Junior. In fact, we want to add like 3 Science Juniors. We might not get that into orbit. Let's just add the 1. Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter. Let's do all 3. And that requires a lot of electricity, so I'm not even going to try to take that. The problem with this is I think I want them to be there. Yeah, that feels better. I have some extra batteries that would keep me in orbit for a little bit longer, but I don't care. Alright. That's K3B. I won't even save this version. Unable to launch. It is just an inch too tall. You've got to be kidding me. Can I, like, artificially shrink this? Yes. Yes, I can. Take that. Alright, nothing special for this, just go, let's observe here, get that science. Oh, I forgot about thrust weight ratios. No, we're wasting so much fuel. Oh, this is painful. I might not even get into orbit in this thing. That's okay. I don't care. I just need to get the science. Started my gravity turn yet. Goodness. But my delta V total's going up. That's a good sign. Decent sign at least. Do I have a... I don't care about orbit anymore. Do I have mass? I do. Right there. Alright, now let's start the gravity turn. Oh hey, I can just slap in prograde now. Nifty. See how well that does. It's not gonna do well. Get it just a little bit higher. Up to 30-kilometer apoapsis before I just punch in straight ahead. 35, maybe 40. my time to apoapse is increasing, so that's a good sign. Observe from the upper atmosphere. As long as I spend some time in space, I'll be fine. Just to get this, data back. Ideally, see, next time I'd have to bring just the 2 of them. I might be able to get into high space from that. It'll be interesting to find out. Claw is where the Space Center is. It's good to know. It's the claw on a claw on a claw. And I did indeed get into space today. I don't even have to get into orbit for this mission. Okay. Let's collect the data, collect the data, collect the data. And get back on board. Alright, I will get into space, or get into orbit. Because I want to. I want to see how close I can land to the Space Center. Plenty of fuel left too. Alrighty. So if I want to land on the claw, in the claw, in the claw, how about I go there? I don't know where there is on the map, but I'll go there and deorbit. All the way down to 33 is fine. Let's turn this a different way, then jettison it, so it doesn't hit me on the way in. Alright, we have the data with us. Yes. Otherwise I'd have had to make a mad EVA dash out to it and collect everything. We've already gotten all this data too. Yep. Alright, where's the Space Center? It's just ahead. So there's the main claw. There will be a smaller claw off to the side of it. And the Space Center's on the other side of that claw. don't know where that is. That's the service module exploding. There's the Space Center. I'm gonna land near it and precariously on a mountainside, so that's good. I am so smart. However, this will give me more biomes to research on the ground without having to land a plane there. Oh, this isn't so steep. Alright, log. Let's get both mystery goos, may as well. Log. Log. EVA report. Let's store experiments. And do the cheat. While flying. Alright, so I have temperature and pressure. Let's recover. Yay, more science earned. This will be very helpful. Just for the photovoltaic panels. Although now I'm just very curious where the ScanSat is. Ladders, research labs. There's part of the ScanSat, the multispectral. The resource one must be farther on then. There it is. So there's the multispectral. This is the... I already have the altimeter. So this is a little ways off. This is the one that's important because this gives you biomes. And I like knowing what biomes are which. So this will be just handy to have the solar panels. That's all I care about. Now we can explore Serpent properly. If I can build a rocket that's not too heavy. But first, I'm going to run this mission again. With just 2. In fact, I'm going to get rid of that one because it's kind of glitching and annoying me. Just the 2 of them to have... Oh, and I've got a lot of parts count left. To have the near space and far space. Is there anything else I can do on this mission to get science? The answer is no. I'm not going to need anything special. What I do maybe want to do is throw one of you underneath here. Nope, I can't do that because you're going to make it too tall. I do need some boost though. So I will slap decouplers on this and add boosters. Make sure they're all lined up properly. Let's put some nose cones on so they're not aerodynamic potatoes. And the mass is too heavy. Of course it's too heavy. Jeez, that's really heavy. I must be like right at the limit there. Oh, I am. Okay, that's the reason. Alright, so 4617. What if I add that fuel tank? It's too heavy. What if I add this fuel tank? Too heavy. Fine. We'll just fly it as is. Jeez. Let's just launch this. Could just upgrade the launch pad, really. I have the funds for it. Alright. This should be an easier mission than the last one, since I am carrying less weight. But also solar panels, so I don't have to worry about running out of electric charge mid-flight. Tip over to 85 degrees. Just to get some lateral velocity going. On the long end, it really won't matter. Okay, 75. That. I still have the test. I can get rid of this before... Is that the right decoupler? It is the right decoupler. So if my fuel runs out before 19 kilometers, I guess if it was going to do that, it would have done it last mission, because it was even heavier that mission. It's probably not going to happen. Unfortunately not. Alright, I just need to get up to around 1,000 meters, or 1,000 kilometers for this mission. Just high enough to get into upper atmosphere, high space. Space high above Kerbin. Not Kerbin. Eden. This does not look like Kerbin, because it is not Kerbin. Materials bay. Awesome. I've already done the mystery use for altitudes. Apparently not in space near Eden. How is that possible? I guess the ones that I did, that must have been the mission that everything exploded. Log pressure data. I have pressure data and temperature data. That's for sure. To watch my Delta V remaining. Alright. I guess I just also need to watch my periapsis height. Come on. Okay. Hopefully 937 is enough. Otherwise I will be grumpy. Come on, let it be enough. Yay! High over Eden. Log pressure data. High over Eden. Log temperature data. High over Eden. Crew report. EVA. No, don't toggle the EVA suit. That would be a very stupid way to end this mission. I also need to gather this data before I forget. I also need to gather this data before I forget. Collect data. Collect data. And get back in. Awesome. Alright. And I will use what little fuel I have to boost my periapsis above 18 kilometers. All I really need is to go to around 34 just to be safe. There we go. I have the tiniest bit of fuel left. Oh, you can stop that. That's ridiculous. Alright, so I have all my science. I have all the everything. In fact, while I'm... Nah, I know those things can survive. But just to make sure. Can I take data and take data, collect data, and collect data. Just to be safe. Because last time I dropped in from this altitude, all the stuff outside the capsule exploded. But that's definitely not going to happen this time. Surely. Yeah, definitely not gonna happen. Oh, actually, it went away. Good. It's also a good test of returning from Serpent. It's about the same speed. So this capsule can indeed return from Serpent. Probably pop the parachute at some point. And gently down. Uplands. Do I have data on the uplands? I do. Crew report? Nah, I'll just recover. That's plenty of science. Plenty of science. Hopefully. Yeah, 139. It's a lot of science. I can get... I don't really need any of this. I don't need any of that. Landing struts might be useful if I can afford to build a thing to go to Serpent. I feel like aerodynamics are what would be nice. Get a bigger jet engine. More couplers. Fairings could be good since I'm about to go into probe territory. I'm gonna launch this really quick to get rid of that. Get rid of that mission that I forgot to actually do while I was flying my plane last time. What speed does this take off? About 50. Untest. Okay. Should give me my... Whoa there. And crash. It's almost an identical landing to the first landing I did. That's fine. Everything worked out. Got a little bit of science, but more importantly, I finished that mission. Alright. Ferry 3 tourists, Ferry 4 tourists, test something landed, tourist, VIP, and that long one. Don't want to do any of those. I do want to upgrade that since it's cheap. And I do want to upgrade this since I don't like having max 30 parts. That's just super limiting. Alright. So, science. Could have bigger and better planes. But until I reach this, that's what I need for a space plane. The planes aren't going to be all that useful. Even still, this should make a faster thing. Let's see, that's 120 newtons versus this little thing's is 20 newtons. So yeah, this would make a faster plane, certainly. Which might make it viable to fly all the way around the planet. But I really don't want to. May as well just pick these up as I go. So I can afford one of these. This doesn't give me anything I want. This doesn't give me anything I want. What I want is more science. The ability to do more science. But unfortunately, those cards are not on the table for me. This will be nice. Then I can start... I want this one. So I can start doing orbital science. RCS might be useful. Landing things might be useful. Again, bigger planes could be good. It's all just fuel tanks. Ooh, but that would enable asparagus staging at least. Very tiny engines and decently large engines. But I could skirt around decently large engines by having something like this, although this doesn't provide much else of use. I think I'm just gonna do planes, honestly. Fuel systems could be good just to allow asparagus and onion staging. Alright, I'm gonna skip ahead a few days. Let's go a week. All the way to day 7, see if these have changed any. Conduct observational surveys of Eden, Hall, the XL parachute. Position the satellite. in synchronous orbit of Serpent. That might actually be useful for communications. Position satellite, specific orbit, polar orbit of Eden. I want to do that anyway, so I may as well grab that. I think this... What do I have in terms of communication? Currently, I just have the high gains. I don't have any relay antenna. I should get relay antenna if I can. Because starting to build a relay network would be handy. Question is, I don't have that in technology yet. It is up here. That is the first relay antenna. Okay. So I guess until then, I mean, being able to do this, I need that science anyway. Okay. Designated orbit of Eden maintains stability for 10 seconds. It's plenty of money. I like money. Alright. So we have Explore Eden, which I can actually do now with a crewed capsule. I just need to fly by and return to Eden. So let's build that out. What I want to do is have 2 of these. I'm going to do my usual thermal, because we will be coming in straight from orbit. And I want the smaller and lighter one. This is lighter, isn't it? Mass 2.25, 0.05. So this is the lighter decoupler. That's interesting. But this one's more expensive. That's tricky. For this mission I'm going light because it's going to matter. Alright, let's put that on there. I'm going to need both goos. I'm going to need 1 thermometer and 1... Actually, that's going to trigger me if it's not on the proper side. Because all the other rockets so far have had barometer on the left, thermometer on the right, and this on the back. Alright, that's our capsule. I don't need this, but I do need some power. Alright, so I need to get this around the Serpent. So what that's going to require is something like this. That's plenty of delta V. I'm sure if I can get this into orbit, well, it's going to be way more than I need if I can get that into orbit. Let's just use the expensive but cheap ones. Actually, for you, yeah, expensive but cheap. Because I still have that test I need to do. Alright, I will pull off a 3rd here. Slap on the Maverick. I bet you that's enough, just straight up. 5114? I'm not going to risk it, though. Let's throw on some... Actually, I could just add another fuel tank. Just make this a very tall rocket. Yeah. Atmospheric. Brilliant. 5551. I don't know. Wow, I'm way beneath all of my limits. Let's throw on some boosters. Bet you I could just run the entire rocket off of those boosters, honestly. Let's drop it down to 10. 10% thrust. 6167 is plenty. And I do not have... Oh, I do have the stability enhancer. Good. So let's just slap those on there. Alright. This is our K4. First interplanetary craft. Got all the science I need on there, right? Yeah. Let's throw on... this is probably what's needed to communicate. Because I just have the level 1 deep space network. Ah, that's probably more than enough. Not that I even need that, but I may as well have it just to test it out. Oh, this is a relay antenna. Short range relays, but it still would be enough to put a satellite into around Serpent. Alright, let's save that. Let's take that mission while it's still here. Serpent. Accept. Got it. Brilliant. Now we can just launch straight from here. I like that that's 33 parts. Alright. To Serpent! Alrighty, here goes. Biggest rocket yet launched from the Eden Space Center. And I just realized that the rocket probably isn't all that vectorable. And it does gimbal a little bit, so there's that. But it's still going to be at the mercy, more at the mercy of aerodynamics than I usually am. Like that. Recoverable. This is okay. I can deal with this. Just did a short 360. That's fine. I do need to level out my ascent. Let's drop down to 15 degrees. I do want to make sure that I'm not too far out of plane. I'm not, which is good. Wow. I might be able to get into orbit with just this backstage. I think I overbuilt this rocket just a little bit. This is a lot more rocket than I need. Oh, that's the polar orbit. Jeez Lapeeps. Well, that's not going to be very useful for radar altimetry, but it will be useful for communications relays. Yay, communications relays. Everyone loves those. And by everyone, I mean me. my poor little reaction wheel is all the way up here. I have to move this whole mass over. Where is... Wow, I could just go straight there from here, I bet. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, let's just go forward. But before that goes too far, I'm gonna leave that in a suborbital trajectory. Don't want to litter space now. Just go off of the upper stage. You know what? I'm gonna revert. Revert all the way back. Scratch it. Because I want conics. I want to be able to plan my ascents. This is ridiculous. I am not Scott Manley. Ooh. It's expensive. Okay. But now we have patch conics. So I can launch the K4 again. But then I want to edit the K4 and slap some fins on. Aerodynamics, winglets. Because I like being able to control it. And I can also take these off, because those are just ridiculous. Alright. I still way overbuilt this. I could land this thing on Serpent. That was genius of me. Forgot that this engine has a warm-up period. Oh well, nothing broke, so that's good. Frozen there for a bit. Alright, let's start keeling over. Not that we need to. Got a little wobble. Wobble, wobble, wobble. That was a pretty good specific impulse too for being a high tier or high end rocket. High thrust. We have a lot of delta V left in this stage. Jeez. But thankfully not enough to put us into orbit, so we don't have to worry about cluttering up space. Let's get into space. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to do 2 burns here. But that's fine. It's a decent sized burn too. All right. It's going to be 20-second burn, or 40-second burn, so I can start at 20 seconds. Goodbye, ship. Or booster. You have served me well. Good enough. Let's set as target. We're only a ½ degree off. That's good. And let's go straight there. And see if we can't pull off a decent... I do want to get close to it, though. So it's not going to be a straight free return. We will do a little bit of a burn at periaps to push us the rest of the way. I wonder if I can make this a free return. And there's no harm in it, right? I'm like, yeah, I could. It was just barely an encounter at all. But surely there's an encounter I could do. Like if I... There we go. What's that? That's not that bad at all. Versus this periaps. No, this periaps. Question is, would... Is 162 close enough to be considered close? Damn it. This is a very sensitive maneuver. It's 147. If I go even farther ahead of it, 133. If I go even farther ahead of it, $95. What if I go even farther ahead of it? $67. Sure, I'll do that. It's not the most efficient burn on this end, but it does mean we don't have to make a burn on that end. Free return trajectories are fun. Alright. That's a serpent, by the way. Oh, also, that's my burn node coming up. I have plenty of fuel, though. This as well. Extended antenna. It's a range of 500,000. Serpent is orbiting at more than that. Okay. At much more than that, so I'm probably going to lose reception. But that's cool. That's fine. I don't care all that much. Nope. Too far. Wow, that is very sensitive. Let's turn that thrust way down. It's times like this I wish I had a whatchamacallit? RCS. Okay. There's 24. 36. Brilliant. Alrighty. We're orienting our craft to get sunlight, which would be ideal, so we don't run out of that. We have 2 days of the rest. That might not be 2 days and 4 hours. Okay, so we have 2 days and 5 hours of food and stuff. So we can't spend any time at Serpent. Wow. Free return might not have been the best idea. Just watching my life support drain. You are getting full signal coverage though, so that's good. Alright. Here we are. Entering Serpent's influence, so we can observe, we can take pressure data, and we can take temperature data, mystery goo, crew report, and take all that data. I want to collect data. There we go. And do an EVA report. Alright. So if I do surface, I should, yeah, in space high. Over the bumpy mountains. Metallic highlands. Oh, come on. You're not gonna let me get in space low? That's just malarkey. shaking my fist at the sky. Alright, I have a day left of food. And I have, if this is more than one day, 6 hours, I believe. This is going to be cutting it close, for sure. Have I left the influence already? No, good. May as well get all of the science while I can. Double up on everything. Okay, fine. Just means I'll have to do another mission. Alright. But I am going to stop this silliness. Oh, right. Of course, my free return trajectory. The whole point of which was to not have another burn. And then I make another burn to fix things. In fact, I'm not going to waste another mission doing things I should have done on this mission with an overbuilt spacecraft. That was stupid of me. Plus this way, forgot about that again. This way, what's the words I'm looking for? Words are important. I won't have to worry about life support as much. Because free returns take longer than just regular interceptions. I guess rendezvous is the proper term. Okay. That's nice that they run in the background. Sweet. Once I do get orbital scanners. Okay, 73 or however much that was. It's too far away. It's good to know. It's good to have this information. And of course I'm plowing through the upper atmosphere. And I don't think I can go straight in to an encounter from here. Yeah. I could if I did some shenanigans like this. And that would put me on a close encounter. I like it. Oh, wow. That is a huge burn. Oh, well. We have the fuel. Oh, right, because that's also the burn to put me into orbit. Oh, okay. I can agree to that. Start the burn a little too late. That's okay. Still salvageable. Let's extend this antenna. It does mean it'll be a much shorter mission for us. So we don't have to swing way out over here before returning. And we enter orbit. We're still churning onwards. Break a speed record. I'm gonna break 3,000. Nice. Oh, apparently that wasn't a speed record. All right. So that's puts me in a periaps of 2 high. So let's just try doing stuff like retrogrades. Nope. Prograde it is. Oof, that might be a little too much. Problem is, it's going to sling me out like this, as you can see. And I believe that's already... Yeah, so even reaching Apoaps is going to take all of my life support. So I am going to need to make a burn here to redirect my course back towards Kerbin, Eden. And we can worry about that burn once we actually get into... Electricity's running out. I'm a derp. Okay. It doesn't matter, just pick one direction, jeez. There we go. Let's get that nice solar panel. And it's charging. That's all I care about. Okay, can do the stuff again. Observe. Let's keep that. Store it off to the side. Log. Store that off to the side. Observe. Store that off to the side. Log. Store that off to the side. Crew report. Store that off to the side. Then EVA. And I can take data, collect data, take data, collect data, EVA report, get back inside. Alright. I do want that still. Still want that pointed at the sun. I don't want the Science Junior thing though. I want this Science Junior. Alright. Those still good. So, the issue here is that it's throwing us up and out, and we don't want to do that. So, if we burn inward like this, we can shorten that. But then we also have to burn probably retrograde to narrow the periaps. But if you notice, the periaps is 1 day away, and we have more than 1 day of supplies. So we're good. And it's good that I overbuilt this, so I didn't have to plan for much. I do want that. Good. I want to narrow this down straight to 35, although it can obviously be adjusted later once we actually reach our, once we actually do the burn, we can adjust and make corrections. Corrections is the word. There were far more efficient ways of doing this mission. Alright, I do want to know where the space high and low switches over. How close I was at 73. Okay, I was not close at all then. Wow, it just keeps going. I feel like this should not be in space high, honestly. I also feel like this should not take 2 minutes of burning. I feel like the moment I do this... Good. In space low. Good. Log pressure. Log temperature. Observe mystery goo. Log science. Crew report. Worries me that I can't see things beneath me. I can't see the terrain. I'm worried I'm going to smack into a mountain. Probably should have quick saved it. Oh well. Too late for that now. Oh. I'll have time after this burn to do the thing. I'm such an idiot. Did not check to see if that burn would actually make me crash or not. Okay. Enough being a dirt face. I can do this and not suck. Allegedly. Their depth of charm as always. Clearly. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just do the basic. Gonna do a capture or parking orbit. Figure out what thrust I need to do the interception. Do the interception. Just do a regular old burn on the way back to make a proper re-entry. Way easier, way less stress, way less chance of me running this thing into a mountain. Alright, set as target. So it should be around there. Sweep around, come back the other way? Nope. Liked this way better. Even though it's not all that better. Still leaves me with quite the orbit, but it leaves me coming in, which is good. Alright, 10 is probably good. There we go. Alright, 59 seconds, which means I start the burn at 30 seconds. Not be a record-breaking speed thing, though. Well, I mean, it will. It's still going faster than I ever have, but it won't ding on the thing. Ding on the thing. Right. And it loops back around, and at some point we get another periapse. That is very sensitive. Let's limit this down to that. There we go. Alright, and this time, instead of being a derp and not orienting our craft properly immediately, that was almost the worst orientation I could have done. There we go. Let's just hold that. Hold that all the way up. To the intersection. Okay. Observe. Pin that. Let's keep it. Observe. Pin that. I said observe. And pin that. Pin that. Crew report. Log. Pin. And somewhere over here, there it is. Log. Pin. I'm going to go EVA. We can take the data, collect the data, take the data, collect the data, report. Brilliant. So now I don't want the Science Junior, nor do I want that, but I do want this pinned and that pinned. And we can do another crew report. It's going to be great. Okay. So we'll swoop in behind Serpent. Figure out when this switches over to in-space low. "30 kilometers. Observe. Observe. Log. Log. Crew report. And EVA report. While I'm here, may as well collect that data. And collect that data, take that data, take that data, take all the data, get back in. Alright. I don't know what is the best way to execute this node such that we can, if we go faster, I bet you if we go out too, that'll help. Faster and out. Faster and out. That leaves us 29. That's good enough. That's not going to take 100 or 2 minutes and 39 seconds to burn. That will take like 20 seconds. And we're burning away from Serpent this time, so we're definitely not going to crash. That's why it was saying it was going to take 2 minutes. All right. And down to like 35. That's good. Let's quick save. All right. So we have all the data stored. Make sure I've got EVA report over the bumpy mountains. Good. So if we cross into something that's not the bumpy mountains before 30 kilometers, we can get that one too. But it looks like not. Okay. Sad day. Let's rotate this so that we're actually in the sunlight again. Just to make sure we definitely don't run out of fuel or electricity. We have plenty of time left on our life support. Alright, and we have done the gravitational, or the flyby. So now it's just return to Eden. Alright, and I have all of that data stored too, right? Yes. Good. Am I gonna land over water? No, of course not. That would be too easy. Alright. Let's rotate this around. Say goodbye. We are going around the right way. Yeah, okay. We are pretty inclined, though, too. Create a rim. Yeah, that's exploding. I wonder how much ablator we're going to burn through on this dive. It's actually getting hot. But not hot enough to be a worry. Barely burned through a quarter of it. And land safely down. Sandy shores? Why are we on the sandy shores? That makes no sense. This is nowhere near a shore. Oh, I guess that could be a shore. Oh well, just means more biomes for me. Huzzah! Crew report. It's a lot easier to do those crew reports in a plane, but that's okay. Pressure data. Should have done a temperature scan while I was flying above the sandy shores, but again, I can do that. I can do that when I'm in a plane. And recover vessel. We're going to get a lot of science from this. $475 science. We got 2,500 funds refunded, and he gained 3 experience. Not that much. Oh, that was the thing, the launch clamps. All right, what debris do I have? In flight, the periapt's low enough that it's gonna deorbit. In flight with the periapt low enough that it'll deorbit. And with the periapts low enough, it will deorbit. Good. All right. Less than 3 hours in, and I'm in a pretty confident spot on my progression. I can get bigger rockets, I can get smaller rockets, I can get propulsion systems, start getting colonization stuff, which might be a little premature. I do want to get this. That is very useful. Landing stuff would be nice. RCS could be nice. I feel like I would need this at any rate for asparagus staging. EVA has rovers. I could build a rover. That's about it. It's basically just the rover stuff. Could build the bigger rockets, but I don't know why I would need bigger rockets right now. I could save the science for important stuff. Like, I think this. Yes, this is the one I want. How much is it to upgrade the facility? It's expensive, but it allows surface transfer, or surface samples. This would help a lot too. And with this, I could build an Apollo, or with this and this, I could build an and this? Did I already get the lander can? No, there it is. I could build an Apollo-style lander. That's just ridiculous. Don't need to do that. The threefold thing could be nice. Okay. I'll take... I
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 158 159
Sure. And larger rockets, or this for the 3 stuff. There we go. And before I really reach in here, what I should do... See, what other things do I have? Science from space around Serpent, that's easy. Explore Serpent. Orbit Serpent, got it. Easy. Okay. So, I have position satellites, test that thing still, and then more Serpent stuff. So my next mission, which is going to be happening in the next stream, is going to be Orbit Serpent. I'm going to build a ship to orbit Serpent for a while. Maybe even with a radar altimeter. I don't know how ambitious I'll be. And just get signs from the biomes. Just get a feel for what biomes are there. I know there's poison flats, and we've seen bumpy mountains and metallic highlands. So get some biome data from that. Wow, there's a skull there. That's a full-on skull. That's crazy. And since we've been there, we can read this. The Punisher, the Annihilator. Every year the moon drifts closer to Eden by half a meter. It is extremely toxic. Its poisonous purple hue is clearly visible in the night sky. So eventually, it's probably going to crash into the planet, which means we need a new home. Eden is the home of your space program. It's a temperate world capable of supporting life. Its planetary properties match those of the planet prophesied in ancient scriptures. Kerbin. So we need a new home, because this is eventually going to crash into us and make our planet, Eden, inhospitable. It's going to be poisonous. It's going to be awful. So somewhere out there is going to be a new world for Kerbins to live. But we'll find out what world that is by exploring them. Yeah, that's going to be it for the stream. Have a good day, everyone.